Hey, what's up guys? Bright2J back with an all new Yay Toys Plus, and today's review is going to be on the real Ghostbusters animated series figure Peter Venkman from Diamond Select Toys. I want to give a big special shout out and a huge thank you to Diamond Select for making this review possible. So with that being said, let's get started with the review. So here's a fun fact about me. I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. I mean, even recently just watching the animated series over, I haven't seen it since I'm a kid, and now here it is on Netflix, and I'm like, ooh, let me watch it. And it was just great, you know? But being a fan of Ghostbusters, that means I was a fan of the animated series figures too. You know, back when they only had 5 points of articulation. Kick up, arm up, head rotation, you know? So that was it. So when I got to see the real Ghostbusters figures at Toy Fair in 2018, I was blown away. The Diamond actually recreated my childhood. I mean, of course, they have all the Ghostbusters from the first movies. Well, I say first movies because we don't know what's going on with this Part 3 thing. But it's really, really great to actually have Peter Venkman in hand again, but in modern day articulation, but still looking like he's from the 80s. And I love it. I am super happy with this figure. I've been posing him around now since I got him. He's just mind-blowing. But yeah, I'm just rambling, and I tend to do that, as you guys know. But first, let me take a look at the height, right? Because we all love how tall these things could be. So Peter stands at an exact 7 inches tall. You know, he's not going to stand in Marvel Legends height-wise, but he'll stand in with, say, other Ghostbusters and other Diamond figures. Forgive me, I don't have any Diamond Select figures in this apartment. It's all at my mom's. Wife and I just did a move, and everything's still kind of everywhere. You guys get it. But anyway, again, ramble. Sorry. Yeah, Peter Venkman. This is actually my favorite Ghostbuster from. Well, probably both movie and animated series. Another little fact: when I had these figures growing up, right? I had all 4 of them, as one should have. My Peter Venkman got decapitated. It was cold, it was in the snow, I was playing with a neighbor, and next thing you know, the head came off, and I was really, really mad and sad. I was probably like 8 at the time, and either 7 or 8, because we had moved from my apartment growing up to that block. So with this figure, with the old figure, when the head came off, I was super sad and super, upset. And my dad actually did what he could and played Dr. Dad. And well, I'm just going to coin that phrase because I don't know if that's what he said he was. But he fixed it. He put the head back on. I mean, I wasn't able to turn it anymore, but at least I still had my Peter Venkman. And I kind of wish I still had that figure, just for comparing. But if you guys Google it, I mean, Diamond did a far, far better job in these figures. I mean, obviously, better sculpting, and everything else as generations went on. But yeah, these figures are really fantastic, and they're pretty posable too, but I'll get into that in a second. Let me talk about his really, really close attention to detail. First, let me get this to zoom right. I love the expression that they put on his face. That is classic Venkman from the animated series. It's just spot on. I do like the swoop of the hair. That's, again, right out of the cartoon. As for the suit, it's that perfect brown. I do like the teal color that they used, or sky blue color that they used for the belt. The yellow for the pouch, and whatever that piece there was supposed to be, I don't know. I still don't know, but it just looks cool, and I'm glad that they added it. The silver and the red for the buckle on the proton pack. The just plain silver up there. But there's also some sort of like black wash, it looks like, on mine. So that's pretty cool. It's either black wash or like a light coat of paint to give the black wash effect. Either way, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, this is just great. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up or not. Get this to focus. Have my camera a year. I'm still trying to figure out the focus. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to pick it up, but Peter's eyes are blue. All right? They covered that detail, too. So that is awesome. Let's see. What else is great about this figure? You got the wrinkles down the pants. You got the light little silver for all the zippers. Boots came out really nice. Peg holes at the bottom, which we all love. Here's the proton pack. That is classic animated series and makes me miss my old school Nerf proton pack from way back. The Be Your Own Ghostbuster. So, yeah. It's really, really cool. I do like the attention to detail they put there. Again, like the silver paint with, I think there's black wash, but I'm not 100%. Let me take the trap off. I'll talk about the trap and the PKE meter once I get into the accessory portion. The proton blaster, the yellow piping. So, the one gripe I had with this figure was that the hose here, let me carefully take that off the pack. You probably can't see it on camera because of the lighting, but at the base of the blaster and the hose, it started peeling apart. I caught it in time, and I used some Loctite, which I like a little bit better than Crazy Glue. I feel like it's less messy and stronger. And actually, I can thank Cosplay Chris for that, because I never knew of Loctite, and then I started watching his videos, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I've used it for everything, and it works perfectly. So, only gripe with the hose is that issue, but it's an easy fix. Just keep super glue in the house, and you'll be okay. Eventually, I might mod it and take maybe like a thin hose that I could get at like a hardware store or something and do a custom. We don't know. If I do, I'll take pictures and I'll post it on my Instagram. But that might be a while. Anyway, so this figure is just really, really great. And he's super articulated, as I was saying. Oh yeah, one thing I missed. Not really a gripe. It's just a paint issue. The paint where the collar of the black shirt meets the neck bleeds up a little bit. It's not a big deal. I've only noticed it maybe twice. And I'm not staring at it going, oh, they messed up. No, it's just a small little paint issue. I'm cool with it. You know? Let's see. Take a closer look at the Ghostbuster logo on the sleeve there. That looks really cool. If it focuses. Yeah, there we go. Slowly learning my camera a year later. Anyway, there's the Ghostbuster logo. I think it looks really, really great. I also like, oh yeah, missed the back of the hair there. I do like the sculpted in lines. It looks really, really cool as well. And they used the right color brown. They just did a fantastic job. Now for articulation. The head can go all the way around. He could look down a decent amount, back about that far. His arms can go up that far. They can go all the way around. Just watch that when you do it on the right side. He does have that 90 degree, almost 90 degree, oops, his hand popped off. It's all cool. It goes right back in. 90 degree elbow. The shoulder pads are separate. The elbow can go in further, but the elbow pad kind of hinders it, which it's fine. The wrist, sorry, can swivel. Has the peg at the side there, so it goes back and forth. And then as for this side, actually, sorry, both the bare hands, and I'll get into that too. they have different style articulation. Because he has gloved hands, and I'll talk about that. So they can go back and forth. Again, the swivel. He does have decent range of motion in the diaphragm. Could go side by side. Just watch the belt part here getting stuck. There is waist articulation. It was a little tight at first, but let me see if I can do this on camera. Yeah, there you go. So it is in there. And then he can do a split. He can kick out about that far. Kick out about that far. He does have upper thigh swivel. Really nice double jointed knees. And he does have really, really good ankle pivot and up and down on the boot. So yeah. Trick with the tightness of the joints, if you guys don't already know, but I'm sure you already do, but I'll say it anyway, is that definitely use hot water. Not boiling water. Don't make it super hot. Keep it like lukewarm or tepid, right? Just put them in the water for about 15 seconds, and then pop it out, and then you'll be able to see that the plastic is more pliable, and you'll be able to slightly. Don't roughhouse with it when you do that, because since the plastic is definitely looser and softer, just do some therapy. Do some physical therapy with them, and then all the joints will be unstuck. And then you can run them under cold water right after, or if it's New York weather where it doesn't want to make up its mind, you could just leave them in random spots. So with that being said, let me talk now about the accessories. So the first accessory that I'm going to talk about is this here. This is going to be the ground part of the Build a Diorama. When you buy all the Ghostbusters lineup from this wave, that's including the movie and the animated series figures, you get to build the firehouse with the ground. And I think that's pretty cool that you're going to have the nice full-on front of the firehouse. It's pretty cool. I will eventually build my entire Ghostbusters firehouse because, again, being a big fan of the Ghostbusters, I have to have this. Next up, we're going to talk about the PKE meter. So the PKE meter is what every Ghostbuster should have. It's how you track the ghosts. These little arms here go up and down. Mine came a little bit warped out of the package, but you know what? I'm cool with that. This is going to be one of those things where I just leave it as is because in the movie and in the show, these wands here would go up and down depending on the reading, you know. As for, let me get a little bit closer view here. One of my personal favorite details is the screen. I do like that grid work. I do like the knobs, very accurate to the cartoon. The green and red with the wiring into the speaker. Just everything about this looks really, really good. All right, next up, the trap. Every Ghostbuster should have this, as this is what catch the ghosts. I do like the black and yellow caution, all the bells and whistles. I do like the little knobs, and I think that's like the heat sink. The front here is where that would plug into the containment unit, or and send the ghost to like ghost prison, I guess, because they never really said hell or heaven, depending on, you know, the good or bad of the ghost. They just kind of put them in ghost jail, so it's, you know, that. I do like the nice close attention to detail on the trap, including the, I want to say that's a knob. I always forget. The wheels on the bottom. The hose here, a lot stronger. And it came wrapped, right? So it came wrapped around the base of the trap when I got it out of the package. I'm going to leave it unraveled just because. Now, here is the pedal. And I think that looks really cool too. I do like the green and red light work at the bottom there. And I do like the silver paint application on the pedal. The pedal is sculpted, so don't try to press it down. You might want to have your Loctite handy if you do, But yeah, that's pretty cool that you get the really awesome trap. And it plugs onto Peter really well too. There's this part right here. And then what you would do is just take the square, stick side up, and then just snap it on. And what I like to do here is just take the hose and put it like that. And there's Peter with his full proton pack. Looking really, really cool. And he comes with a few more. There's interchangeable hands, which I'll talk about, and I did mention it earlier. So where these wrist pegs just go side to side, right? You have gloved hands, and what I think is really cool about the gloved hands is that they made it where the cuff part of... Let me move Peter out of the way. Get this to focus. So the cuff part here is a separate piece, because if you guys are familiar with like those big laboratory gloves, this makes a lot of sense. You know, if you just use this hand here without the piece, it's not going to look right. So as you see, this hand here is this is the left. This is just like the left hand on Peter right now. And then the gloved hand with the grip for the right is an up and down peg. So mine's a bit tight, but you can see, get this to focus a little bit better. You can see that joint is different, you know, and it does go up and down. And to get them in, pretty simple. As you saw earlier, Peter's hand fell off. So this comes out like that, and then you just basically take the glove, right? Take the cuff part first, plug that in, and then take this here, plug that in, and then we're gonna complete them. So it's again, take the hand off, take the cuff piece like so. Like so. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then of course you have alternate set of hands as well. So you could do 2 grip hands or 2 open hands. You know, change it up. It's your style. I'm not too familiar with the Ghostbusters having the black gloves in the animated series, though. I think it's just for effect. You know, if you guys do remember, please let me know in the comments below. And then also the other cool effect that you get here, we plug his proton gun into his hand, like so. And then make it look official, where he's doing his thing, doing that Ghostbuster thing. So yeah, you can either leave him like this. Let me give you that right there. Right, so you can either leave him like this, or he wouldn't be a Ghostbuster without the blast. So, you know, make it hot, ready to roll. And, you know, it looks really cool. And really, really nice detail on the blast effect, too. I do like the nice blue paintwork that they gave to wrap around the green. And I really like the green color used. Yeah, it looks really cool. And it plugs on. It's very delicate, so be careful. But it plugs right onto the base of the proton gun. Yeah, it looks really cool. I really like this figure. I really can't wait to complete the team. I mean, I can't wait to complete the set. But first, you got to get the animated series Ghostbusters. Because that's just, you know, if you're a fan of the animated series, you got to do it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. I want to thank Diamond again for making this possible. You could, of course, find this video on InnerCityGeeks.com, where we have a bunch of stuff, including these videos, as well as the Inner City Geeks podcast, which is now on Spotify. Episode 151 was recorded last night and put up earlier today. You know, these are just fun to do, and I love doing action figure reviews, and I love talking about toys. So yeah, you could of course follow me on social media. The channel is Yay Toys Plus. or you could follow me on Twitter at Bry_2J. Yeah, this is a great figure. I really, really like it. I love the detailing. I love the sculpt work. And yeah, it's just fantastic. So thanks again, guys, for being patient with the videos. You know, this move has been kind of stressful, so I couldn't exactly get up in front of the camera and do my thing with all these toys. I got a lot of reviews coming, so stay tuned, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.